What's going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome back to another week of the APA. I do want to start out by saying there will be no face cam from now up until next week's videos. I'm still extremely sick. I had pneumonia, I had strep throat, I had so much wrong with me that I don't even know like how I got out of bed. I'm still feeling pretty shitty, but you know what? Stuff still has to get done. So today we're going up against Monotooi and the not Tampa Bay Lux Rays and the Baltimore Orbeetles. A little bit of backstory on me and Mono. I've known Mono since 2015. I've been playing against him since 2015. I've never beat him in my 5 years of doing leagues with him, of doing like tournaments with him, of doing everything. I've never beaten Mono. He's even done mocks for me, and I've never beaten him in a mock. So Mono is a genuinely phenomenal player to the point to where holy shit, to where I get nervous just even thinking about having to fight him. So like, he even kicks my ass in Fortnite. So literally every game we play, Mono is better than me at, and it's really frustrating. However, I think for once in my entire life, and also I met him in person. Like, I literally went out to lunch with him. I love this dude to death. Mono is one of my best friends in the community. I think for once in my life, I have a really favorable matchup. I think that I have a super favorable matchup because his team is very, very pressure versus mine, in my opinion. I think that things like Mandibuzz, Clefable, and Sandaconda are must-brings versus me in order for him to be able to deal with some of my threats, in order for him to be able to deal with the combination of Golurk, Vikavolt, Cobalion, Charizard, a bunch of my threats that he needs to bring are his big six, and I think that if I'm able to bring the right sets, I can pressure them to the point to where my Charizard can just sweep anyway. So pretty much in order for my Charizard to sweep, I need to weaken Gigalith. So that's pretty much what I'm going to. I also need to weaken Mandibuzz and Clefable just a bit. Everything else is not an issue for Charizard. I get up 2 speed boosts, maybe 1, and I outspeed everything. I outspeed pretty much everything after 1 speed boost aside from Choice Scarfed and Teleon. He can be Sandrush Dracozolt, which is busted. He can be Libero Raboot, and he can also be Sniper Inteleon. So let's go ahead and take a look at the team that I'm bringing. Also, I'm sorry that I'm sick, guys. It just as miserable as it is for you guys to hear, it's just as miserable for me to do it. So I'm going to start off by bringing a weakness policy Golurk. So weakness policy Rock Polish. This is going to be my designated lead because his only way of dealing with this is Mandibuzz. And his only way of dealing with, like, once Mandibuzz goes down, I can actually do a lot of damage with my Venusaur, even without Sun, because as you can see, I'm not bringing Torkoal. The second that Mandibuzz goes down, everything on his entire team is weak to Earth Power, Giga Drain, and Sludge Bomb. Pretty much everything. His big 6 are, and the vast majority of his low tier mons are also pretty weak to it. So this is how I'm going to try to break through Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is his only switch into pretty much edge, like Ghost plus Ground. So I'm also running No Guard Stone Edge, so that way I can guaranteed hit the Mandibuzz. If he pops my weakness policy, a regular Stone Edge into a +2 Stone Edge, 2 shots, max defense Mandibuzz. So I turn 1. Oh, wow, I actually left off 8 EVs. Wow, that's really disappointing. I could have done like that and that. Oh, well. So turn 1, I Rock Polish up as he goes into Mandibuzz. I click 1 Stone Edge, do about 40% or so, and then the next time I do about 60% because I assume he's going to be heavy duty boots over leftovers. Then once that's gone, it pretty much forces him into Clefable, which I OHKO with Heavy Slam. It forces him into Sandaconda, which I 2-shot with +2 Earthquake. And then I can kind of sort of just run a train through his team, or he can bring in his Gigalith to attempt to set up sand for his Dracozolt. If he does that, then immediately my Charizard just wins because I'll get the damage off on his Gigalith that I need. So that is kind of how I'm playing this game. I'm kind of going to try to force his hand into a specific play that I think he needs to do very early on in the game. With his big threats. So that's kind of how that's going to be. Then I have my physically defensive Vikavolt. This thing is defensive enough to be able to take on 2 Adamant, Life Orb, Dragon Claws, Fire Fangs, Bolt Beaks, whatever Sand Rush Dracozolt wants to throw my way. I can take 2 of them. I can also set up Sticky Webs to where if I get 1 speed boost with my Charizard with webs up, I will guaranteed be able to outspeed the Dracozolt. This weird Venusaur set. Okay, so I'm going to go over everything that I have. I have enough speed for speed creeps. I have enough special attack with Earth Power to be able to 2-shot max HP Melmetal, as well as being able to beat Calm Mind Clefable if he's max Fizz Def. I Sludge Bomb into +1 Sludge Bomb, guaranteed KOs. I have enough defense investment to be able to live 2 double Iron Bashes after Leech Seed Recovery and Black Sludge. I have enough defense, I have enough Speed Def investment to be able to take 2 Sludge Bombs from Roserade, as well as, I believe it's 4 Moonblasts from Clefable, maybe more, I forget, but I have a lot of bulk and everything does something. I absolutely love it. The speed creeps were for Mandibuzz, I think, because I think Mandibuzz is base 85. Either way, everything pretty much did everything. I have Earth Power, Leech Seed, Sludge Bomb, Earth Power. If you look at his like big mons, like Earth Power plus Sludge Bomb does a pretty good amount of damage to everything, and then what I don't do a good amount of damage to everything with, I click Leech Seed on, I Sludge Bomb, poison them, and then I'm good to go from there. Worry Seed is kind of a tech move that I could have had Giga Drain over, or I could have had Energy Ball. I could have had a bunch of different moves. However, I specifically went with Worry Seed because I have this Kyurem in the back with Roost, Toxic, Freeze Dry, Earth Power. This is going to be basically my Inteleon and my Roserade switch in, and my somewhat Haunter switch in, depending on his set. I live 2 hits from all of them, Roost, Toxic, Freeze Dry, Earth Power. I'm able to Toxic the Clefable, and if you guys don't know, Toxic actually stacks up on Magic Guard users. So let's say one of my biggest fears this game is Calm Mind Clefable or Cosmic Power Clefable, because Mono has 6-0'd me twice with Calm Mind bulky water types. He has done it literally twice on me, and he knows that like I prep so much for everything else aside from like fat Calm Mind or fat setup shit, because I hate facing it, that he knows that it's one of my weaknesses. So I'm fully expecting to bring Calm Mind, Cosmic Power, Stored Power, Soft Boiled, Magic Guard, Clefable. So because of that, I wanted to make sure I can get a Toxic off on it. If he sets up for 15 turns, or I let him get 15 turns into the game with a Toxic on, it still stacks even though Magic Guard is making him not take damage. So for 15 turns, if I then go into my Venusaur here, I click Worry Seed, get rid of Magic Guard, Toxic will do 15/16 damage, and then I can bring in my Charizard and I can get the +1 speed boost that I need to be able to sweep through my opponent. So that's why I have Worry Seed there. Worry Seed is very, very special here because it does give me that nice little insurance policy versus Clefable. So I already talked about Kyurem. I have enough speed for Roserade. I could go max speed to speed tie with Haunter, but just to be honest with you, I don't expect Haunter or Raboot to come whatsoever. Like, I have pretty decent ghost switch-ins. Like, I have Cobalion, I have Drampa, I have Persian, I have Kyurem, I have Vikavolt. I have pretty decent ghost switch-ins. Raboot could come because I do have a Sun team, so I'd be setting up Sun for his flare blitzes, but I just don't really see it coming because I do have Torkoal. He'd have to be heavy-duty boots because I do have really reliable rock setters, so I don't really see it coming personally, but that's just me. So I decided to speed creep Roserade, and Freeze Dry Earth Power hits pretty much everything on his entire team for really hard damage. Next up, we have this Cobalion set, Max Attack Adamant with Magnet Rise, Iron Head, Sacred Sword, Stealth Rock. So Magnet Rise is there because it helps me out versus the Melmetal. I have enough defense to be able to take 3 double iron bashes after leftovers from Melmetal. If he decides to Dynamax up on me and go for his Max Quake to gain Spadef boosts, I can just Magnet Rise up and forget about them. If he goes for Max Knuckle, it's a little bit more of a problem, but at least then I can Sacred Sword him for damage, and I can prevent him from getting Spadef boosts to where my Charizard can still come in and revenge kill it pretty easily. I have enough attack investment to be able to ensure that I'm a pretty big threat versus Clefable, to ensure that Clefable can't just set up all over my face, as well as do enough damage to things like Iron Defense, Gigalith. So very, very, very unique set here. And then last but not least, we do have my Gmax Charizard, Fire Blast, Air Slash, Dragon Pulse, Solar Beam. I think at the exact same speed here that this does. No. What hits 140? I think this is just outspeeding Dracozolt, so that way if I get up webs plus 1 speed boost, I guaranteed outspeed it. Hindsight, I probably should alter this to where I outspeed like Haunter. But I probably wouldn't even do that. I'd probably just go Roserade. So yeah, Fire Blast, Air Slash, Dragon Pulse, Solar Beam. Dragon Pulse is there just for the Dracozolt. And Solar Beam is there just for a Gigalith plus Sandaconda. This is the team that I decided to go with. I'm feeling pretty good about it because I feel as though his top 6 are really, really good versus me. So I feel really good about this being able to break and this being able to clean up his team, hopefully. So that is the team versus Monotooi. Like I said, I've never beaten him before, so hopefully I can finally beat him. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. I feel absolutely awful. But with that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye bye.